Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to day 29 of Stonks Maxxing. Okay, so it's almost been a month now. Very happy about that. And today, probably going to spend a few minutes, just like yesterday, going over some interesting news about the coverage I have for Apple, Micron, Cisco, and the sector ETF. I still have to find out exactly what that is. I don't know the exact ETF that it's being used, but I think what I want to do today is maybe kind of at a high level understand what these companies do. So Cisco, Micron, Apple. I guess we could start with Apple. Actually, I want to start with Micron because Micron seems like a pretty interesting company that deals with a lot of chip and semiconductor stuff, specifically making RAM. So not even just RAM, but just overall broad memory for a computer. And let's see. So data is today's new business currency. Memory and storage are a critical foundation for the data economy. Memory and storage innovations will help transform society, enable significant value for all. Memory and storage. I guess you call this so memory and storage products. All right, and then by providing foundational capability for AI and 5G across data centers. So apparently the business of data centers is pretty big right now. I didn't really know this, but a lot of cloud computing companies, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, they are building out their data center capabilities. And then also you have these new entrants into the market that are also trying to build their own data centers. I guess maybe some companies are also trying to build things on-prem, so I'd assume they're also trying to get into the space too. So our technology and expertise are central in Max. So as a globally leader in memory and storage solutions, we're transforming how the world uses speed efficiency. Okay, so this is interesting. This is their global product portfolio. I think this is dynamic random access memory. I don't know entirely what NAND stands for, or NOR. Solid state drives. So these are SSDs, I think. I've heard of SD cards. SSDs, I'm not entirely sure exactly. Graphics in high bandwidth memory. It sounds like a buzzword to me, not entirely sure what that is. Managed NAND and multi-chip packages. Okay. So there's some big terms here that we should probably want to define soon. One is in the business of making memory and data storage devices. Okay. So some key products though. So key products, we have DRAM. So this is dynamic random access memory. So I think the RAM on a computer is the fastest portion of our so I remember learning about this in my computer systems class, but it's really foggy to me. I think RAM itself so there's RAM and then there's also our hard drive, right? I think RAM, in the technical sense, is data or memory that's stored in a quick-to-access location. On our hard drive, I think there is some maybe middleman that our computer has to go through in order to retrieve those data points. With RAM, I think you can directly access the individual registers that store some binary or byte data that you could use. And I think whenever you have an application, in this case like Chrome, or maybe you're running a game, you're running all of that on your RAM. And I think your operating system on a computer is also run on RAM too. Yeah, maybe that's a high level. I'm not entirely sure exactly. So that's something to think about. We also have NAND. What the hell is NAND? Or NOR. So solid state drives. Solid state drives. Okay, graphics and high bandwidth memory. So this is HBM. Okay, manage NAND and multi-chip packages. I'm not entirely sure what that is. Manage NAND and multi-chip packages. Okay, so, wow. Yeah, it seems like they are pretty global. Oh, I don't know if these are factories. Oh, okay, so manufacturing sites, centers of excellence, customer labs, and large offices. Not entirely sure what customer labs means, but it seems like they are concentrated in the United States. Okay, so they have a place near Manassas. It's interesting. Wow, so it seems like the company does have a decent amount of leverage. Okay. Oh, wow. So CAC, China Cyberspace Mission, double data rate DRAM, embedded multi-chip package solutions with embedded multimedia card storage and LPDDR. No idea what that means. Extreme ultraviolet lithography. No idea. So graphics, double data rates, high bandwidth memory, a stacked dynamic axis for memory bandwidth intensive applications. Yeah, okay, so there's definitely going to be a big learning curve here. There's some technologies that maybe should understand at a high level. I don't know if I'll be able to go down into the very deep levels, but we'll see. So 3D Exponent is a trademark of Intel Corporations. What does that mean? Alright, so what is NAND? So NAND flash memory is a type of non-volatile storage technology that does not require power to retain data. An important goal of NAND flash development has been to oh my god. I was really choking myself. Okay. Reduce the cost per bit and increase maximum chip capacity so that flash memory can compute with magnetic storage devices such as hard disk. Okay, so one thing I do want to understand a little bit is, so what is RAM? I'm gonna use ChatGPT for that. I've been abusing this recently. So what is RAM? What is DRAM? Okay, so, I wonder, yeah, it would be annoying to flip through, but it's okay. So, it's technology overview. Okay, so RAM random access memory. So this seems like it's pretty important, right? RAM exists on in most modern computers today. So what does this look like, RAM? Novatech. I guess these are all okay, so I guess this is what it looks like. So these are the little RAM chips that we use to store memory on, and the random access means that so this means that any byte of memory can be accessed without touching the preceding bytes, making it very fast. So RAM is used to store data that is actively used or processed by the computer's CPU. So how does RAM and the CPU interact? So the CPU is central processing unit. I think at a high level, it has a few different cores or units that do some type of computation, and it does those computations step by step instead of parallel, compared to GPUs, which do things in parallel. So when a computer runs a program, the CPU fetches the program's instructions from RAM. I wonder, so what happens when I turn on my computer? So RAM, when a program is run, the CPU fetches instructions from storage. So this is going to be hard drive, solid state drive, and stores these instructions in RAM. Computer power supply. So I guess this is the boot thing that the Acquired podcast was talking about when Paul Allen was on his plane over to, man, I'm blanking on the company, but the company that ended up making the Altera? Yeah, the Altera think 8,800, 8,800. So the OS loads the graphical user interface with the command line interface CLI, allowing the user to interact with the system. So login. So is the operating system stored on a computer's RAM? Okay. What is the OS kernel? Ooh, okay, so I think this is something that we were talking about. So the scheduler, which processes get to use the CPU for how long? Okay. So is the kernel a piece of software? Okay, so yeah. Operating system kernel is usually stored in RAM. Kernel, let's see. So OS kernel is a software that exists. Helps control / manage interactions with hardware and users and user actions. I should say that maybe, yeah. So OS kernel. Oof. Boot shallow is booting a computer. So bootloaders. Don't know what those are. I guess we'll find out in the next episode. So I have to catch my bus now, but thanks for tuning in. Maybe learn some stuff at a high level about how computers work. So this is pretty interesting. And maybe it would be helpful to have some nice diagrams, but definitely will. Maybe now I'm thinking about it, it would be cool to make a YouTube video about this one day, how computers work, and then how this relates to Micron. But I really gotta go now, so thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.